Guys, welcome back to the Coach Approach podcast. Philip, how are we?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Mate, I feel like this year's gone so quick here, and we've not even really spoke to each other at all since
Yeah, so
since
me and
the
Phil,
last
yeah, me and Phil just text each other saying, "Wait, we haven't even caught up at all in this whole month, or since probably the last podcast." So this will be a nice little catch up with me and you, to be fair, including the topic of conversation. But tell me then, why you been so busy? Because that's what you text me saying have been mental.
just the start of the year has been mad in regards to onboarding new people, taking new people on, lots of changes. Um, Couple things I'm working on right now that I'm not gonna say on this podcast just yet, and
I
maybe
can't. Why? I hate people that do that. I've got something going on, but I'm not going to tell you what's going on. Tell us,
I'm
mate. Tell
not gonna
everyone.
tell you.
That's
You
bullshit.
want me to say, yeah? Don't know if I'm ready to say. So
Oh, if you're not ready to say, but say.
basically, I am taking on a new challenge of I'm still going to be doing the personal training and still coaching, but
Yeah.
alongside that, I'm going to be running an academy where we're going to be also training other people to become level 2 and 3 qualified personal trainers.
Go on, the boy. I didn't even know that.
That's already in motion. Haven't told you about it. So for those listening that are really wanting to take not just their fitness to the next level, but enjoy fitness enough that you want to turn it into a career, shout me.
So you want to be a qualified teacher, as in like to be able to give PT qualifications to people through a course.
Exactly that.
No,
So we're
no
gonna
way.
be running our own courses.
Yeah.
Yeah, get people level 2 and 3 qualified, and
And I
into a
presume
career.
you've been doing the modules like, me and you've gone through all the whole thing that we did. It took me 3 months to pass, and that was 5 days a week, all day, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly that. So it's obviously all about obviously, once it's like driving. Yeah, when you learn how to drive, you learn all this stuff that when you then get yourself on the roads, you get yourself into like bad habits and forget the rules of the road, and just because you know how to operate the vehicle. But yeah, so essentially just relearning everything and also getting qualified to be able to teach the course to a high standard. That's what we're doing between now and the next 3 months when our first course starts.
Have you got a curriculum that you have to abide by from the laws and everything though? I presume there's certain things you have to cover, then you've had to
Yeah,
contact.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's all like off-qual regulated and all of that. So yeah,
Just you?
me and someone else, but I'm gonna keep it just me for now. Yeah,
Oh god, man.
me. Yeah,
Are you
me and
online?
one of my mates.
Online or in person? Mine was
It's
online.
gonna be it's gonna be a bit of both. So when I did my qualifications, some was practical, a lot of it was theory. So yeah, we're gonna be having yeah both. So for the level 2 and 3, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be 10 practicals to pass both, and the rest will be online. So yeah, you didn't even know that. I hadn't even told you yet.
Oh no, no, no. So you're assessing people as well in person, and
Yeah,
you're gonna have a board of like, right, if they've done this, if they haven't. So you could break people's hearts at the same time.
exactly that.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Fair play, mate. That's sick. Well done. Have you got a price point yet?
Yeah,
Oh,
but I won't be
you don't
saying
have to go
that.
into the price, but have you got like your prices kind
Yeah,
of
yeah. So we've got prices, everything sorted, ready to go. So exactly.
can it be fully online? Like, because mine was fully online. Have you the option of that,
Yeah,
or does it have
yeah,
to be?
there will be an option to do that as well. It just means that the stuff that we do practically in person, we just have to assess them over a video. So they'd have to send them videos of them. Say, for example, we need to be able to see that they're able to coach someone through an exercise or through a session.
Yeah.
We then send over a plan of not necessarily a training plan, but exactly what we need recorded, so then we can assess it over video.
That's what I did. I did it at home with a broom and some tin cans.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Because I did
Yes.
mine
I'm
online.
practical part theory.
Wow, congratulations, mate. That's fucking amazing. Well done.
Bro, what about you? You got anything else going on or anything new?
Well, mate, I think I've got a curse on my head, mate. There's an omen. Someone has cursed me from the afterlife, I believe.
Things
Um,
can't always run smoothly, mate. What's happened now?
Brother, mate, everything. Like, some guy crashed into my parked car. My dog walker quit.
What?
My boiler went this morning. There's obviously some troubles with obviously some like Naomi's going through a few things that I won't say on the podcast, but there's a few things in the background. And a few other things, and I was like, surely not. And I've got the message with Naomi this morning. It's quite funny when she texts me. I was at the gym, and I was like, what did I say? I went. She goes, the boiler needs looking at. We got no hot water. I went, are you actually joking? Surely this isn't happening. What the hell is going on with life right now?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it actually, and I was going to wait to talk to you,
Yeah,
wait to you to ask what's going on.
my coach knows all about this, and obviously I've been telling him, and we've had to adjust quite a few things, and just to keep myself above water. And then his last message yesterday was, "So many hurdles there's been, mate. There'll be positives around the corner." That was yesterday, and then the boiler went this morning.
Listen, just like the seasons, we all got to
Yeah.
experience winter sometimes, and then summer comes right back around.
Do you know what, mate? Training has still been going really well. And I did an email to my subscribers yesterday, and that's going out tomorrow, I think. And I was like, this is one thing I'm really grateful for bodybuilding. Like one of the biggest things that bodybuilding has taught me is structure, routine, food, how to stay disciplined, all these things. With everything that's gone on right now, I think I said it on my check-in to my coach. I was like, I don't even know how I sent him a voice note, and I don't even know how much I'm keeping everything together at the moment. But when I reflect back, I'm like, right, I'm actually keeping everything very simple. My food is still good. I'm being able to deal with that internal stress, still making to train, but obviously not killing myself, but still making progress, still getting good night's sleep. Like that's been a big thing, saying no to a lot of things. Journaling, I've been journaling, and I've literally just bought my mind journal because I was like, I don't want to do it on paper anymore. So I've actually brought a mind journal. Um,
What is that? Tell me a little bit more about the journaling thing, because I have where I read books and stuff, they say that journaling's really good, but I don't
mm.
understand why. Maybe from your perspective, you can explain about why you do it. What?
I I started journaling from my first coach sometimes, and I didn't really like it at first. I didn't understand it, and then it takes a while to get into. And there's like the three things that you're grateful for, what you're working on, things like that. When you put it out on paper and out your mind, it really does help. Just like a to-do list, mate. I have a to-do list here of everything like the podcast today, and I'm crossing things off as I go throughout the day. Helps my mind. Just like writing down what I'm grateful for, because the last few months you kind of forget like what you are grateful for.
Mhm.
And then my mate George, I saw him. He's a very, very well established coach. He posted about this mind journal that he's got on, and I was like, "Oh, that looks lovely." So I asked him about it, and then I bought it. It's like 35 quid, and it's like little prompts as well. So it's instead of just me having it on a piece of paper from like Tesco's, like a piece of like it's like really nice. I don't know if anyone's watching the video. I'm putting it up here. Mind journal. Just
I've
came.
actually seen them being advertised, but
Yeah, mate. Loads of it being
that's
sponsored.
why I wanted to get them on.
But it's got some good prompts. I'm just going to be putting through that. I've kept to my reading every morning. So
What
yeah,
kind of books are you reading at the moment?
I've just finished the high performance habits again, and now I'm reading How to Be Your Own Bodybuilding Coach. So even though I'm part of all of the education portals, I like reading. So although I have my own coach anyway, this book is like how to coach yourself, and but it goes through training, supplements, it goes through everything. I like to get loads of people's different perspectives. So, I learn from my own coach, I learn from other sources. So, I'm also getting another one, which is about life,
Yeah, if
which
you saw my Amazon basket, it's just full of books. I think I've got like nearly
as a,
£100 worth of books just sat in the basket. Just need
what,
to
yeah. So the next one I've got on order, 12 Rules of Life, Jordan Peterson.
12 Rules of Life. Jordan Peterson, I've heard of him.
What's on your book? What are you reading?
I'm reading a book called Ways of the Superior Man.
Never heard of it,
That's
but
my
sounds.
current book at the moment. Do you know what? I was really ADHD with like reading last year, that I just told myself, right, I need to put all the books away, because I would read I could read five different books at the same time depending on what my mood was.
Yeah.
One night, get into bed, I'm like, right, I'm feeling like this. I'm just going to read this. Next night, I'm feeling like, oh, I want to just delve into like a storybook or something fiction. Then I'd read that, and then I'd get back round to the fifth book before, and then I'm like, can't remember what the
Yeah.
book was before. So I'd have to start it again. So now I've just like, right, just focus on one, put that away, then open the next one.
That's what I think a few people do. They just put too many books that they want to read. Just go with one and read through it, even if you're not enjoying it too much. Just get it over and done with.
You
Read.
get through them all so much quicker as well.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. So yeah, books, guys. I've got a whole list of books that I have that I've got in my basket. If anyone wants a little gander. But anyway, that was a nice little catch up, mate. It's good to hear that you're how well you're doing. Really, really like that. I haven't even seen you that much at the
Really
gym.
well. It's really not good to hear about all the things you're experiencing right now, but
Oh, mate, you know what? It is what it is. I'm still smiling. I've still got a roof over my head. Still got a beautiful girlfriend, beautiful dogs. You know, all that type of stuff.
that's the thing, and I think that's what's most important when you're going through those times is that yeah, it's not good in the moment, but it's not that bad, and it could be worse, and you're still blessed in other areas. And it's too easy to focus on and just see the negative that's happening in front of you, and you forget to see all the other good things that's beside you. And I'd say that's one thing that keeps me on track is that like no matter how bad a day I have, I'm like I've still got my arms, still got my legs, I'm good.
Yeah, and I have to keep reminding myself that there was many conversations me and Naomi used to have in the evening, like the last month in January, with things that have been going on. And then I'm like, right, why am I actually like this? Right, I've actually got this. Coaching's going really well. My training's going really well. Like coaching, like is going brilliantly. I've got really an incredible team at the moment, incredible clients, incredible results. Got 8 week blitz that's just started again. Like everything is in a good place. So sometimes outside of that is like anyone, everyone's got shit going on.
Mhm.
Everyone.
100%.
It's just learning to deal with that and how to deal with that best. And yeah, and like I said, bodybuilding's taught me structure, discipline, the right foods, not to binge, all this type of stuff. So I'm very grateful for bodybuilding in that term, in that sense.
And do you know what? What the bodybuilding does for you mentally, really quickly, before we start going off on tangents, is I'd say, from my experience, it gives you that mental toughness to be able to withstand other things that are happening externally. Because when you go into a gym, no one's lifting a heavy weight and working on themselves with a smile on their face. It's all that pain you're putting yourself through. If anything that happens isn't worse than the pain you're voluntarily putting yourself through, it's not going to hurt you.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. I said this to one of my clients yesterday. She had a really tough 2 weeks, and I said, don't let the things that you can control, or don't let the things that you can't control affect the things that you can control. I think we spoke about this before as well, and she goes, that's a really good way of putting it. And I was like, that's why reading is good. Um, but yeah, anyway, this leads on to the topic of the podcast, guys. It is our me and Phil's top three macro sources: protein, carbs, and fats. Me and Phil don't know what we've written down. Each other have written down. Well, I know what I've written down, but not what Phil's done. And Phil doesn't know what I've written down. So, what do you want to start on?
Do you know what? Let's go with the main thing that everyone focuses on when it comes to our industry and something that's widely marketed, which is protein.
We love protein. Protein.
Not protein.
Um, Protein. All right. Mine's going to be so standard. I'll go first.
Go on.
Number one, and we'll do one each, yeah? One each at a time.
Let's go.
It's going to be a very standard chicken. Chicken is a lean meat, or it doesn't have to be if you have the skin on it, but chicken is so high in protein, a great amino acid profile, can go with so many different meals. It's a staple in my every single day meals. There's nothing days where I don't have chicken, and you can have it in so many different ways. So chicken is my staple number one protein source, which is probably not surprising to anyone.
Cool. And do you know what? I'd say I eat chicken most of the time, and this is going to surprise you that I don't like chicken breast. So, what do you prefer, thighs or breast? And what do you think is better for you?
My inner child just came out there. I love a breast, mate.
You love a breast.
I always have chicken breast or chicken breast dices. I'll be honest, I don't really taste the difference, mate. I'll have a good chicken. Like it doesn't bother me if it's I don't like, I do like leg, but leg's just a bit too fiddly. But
Mm. The,
chicken,
the the good thing about chicken, yeah, is there's so many things you can do with it.
yeah,
So some people look at their plan and they're like, "Oh, I can't eat chicken and rice every day," but you can if you know all the different things that you can make and do with it and season it with, and there's just
yeah,
so much you do. It's such a versatile meat.
Oh mate, it's everyone says chicken, rice, and broccoli is rubbish, but it's like, hang on a minute. If you're just having dry chicken, of course.
Yeah, if you're putting
I
it
had
in
paprika with my chicken
the
yesterday.
what's
I had,
that?
I had paprika with my chicken yesterday. The day before, I had some Egyptian fucking spice that we bring back from Egypt, and then another Egyptian spice, and then I put garlic and onion and some mixed herbs on the other one. Like it's so different, and then you can add different sauces. Oh mate, so yeah, chicken's my number one, absolute number one protein source.
A lot of people might throw up at the sound of this because I don't know if it's the same with you, but I speak to so many people that don't like fish.
Yeah. Is this your number? Is this your one now?
I would say lamb before fish. Like lamb, I eat lamb most days. I always go to the butchers, but
Yeah.
I do love fish as well.
So what's your number one protein source?
Number one protein source. It would have to be meat. Like yeah, like a lamb or
Lamb.
red. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Lamb is fucking lovely. It doesn't digest very well with some clients, I found.
Mhm.
Lamb
And it
especially.
is it is quite it is a very fatty meat as well.
Yeah. I love lamb. My mum makes the best lamb ragu. But I don't think personally I could have lamb a lot. And then we used to always buy lamb steaks, already like seasoned lamb steaks from Tesco's. Oh God, that was
That's what I get. I don't get a steaks. I get lamb
chops.
lamb chops. That's it.
Oh,
Already seasoned. So simple. Straight in the air fryer. 20 minutes
falling
done.
off the bone.
Meat falling off the bone. That's what I have most days. I have some clients that laugh at me because I have a group chat that we all put our food in. So just to like inspire others, give other people like food ideas and stuff like that, and to also show that they're keeping themselves on track by posting in what they're eating. Most of the days, mine's lamb, and they're like, "Do you ever eat anything but lamb?" I'm like, it's
Do you
it's
have different
just
types of lamb, as in like how it's like, or do you just have lamb chops every day? You're just lamb, 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 lamb.
most days lamb, or chicken,
Is it really?
lamb or chicken. They're my main go-to meats. I don't really like steak. I just think it's
Nice.
just very plain.
My next top protein source is red meat, so lamb can be put into that subsector. But I always have ribeye. I have ribeye once or twice a week.
Mhm.
Absolutely spot on. Rare. If you don't have rare steak, don't bother having steak, please. It annoys me. Um, so yeah, red meat and beef as well. You know, like that obviously comes under it. Like beef.
I always hear like different opinions on how much red meat you should consume per week. What's your opinion on that?
There are a lot of studies on this. A
Hmm.
lot of studies on how much. Right. The way I would look at it is look at the people that are on a carnivore diet. They have red meat every single day. Are they massively unhealthy? Probably not. You know, like meat's meat at the end of the day. Depends on your tolerance. Naomi can't have red meat anymore because of her, I don't know what's wrong with her stomach, but with something wrong with her stomach, but she can't have red meat. Some clients can't have more than red meat than twice a day. So
Hmm.
twice a week. I personally have red meat 4 times a week.
See,
I
I'm similar. I could eat red meat every day and be absolutely fine.
Yeah, so I think I also always think it's a tolerance thing as well. I don't. There are studies to say you can have too much meat, but in this day and age, there's a study to go against every single thing that you may say. It's a
100%.
um should we get red meat in? I think so, absolutely. It's a staple in my instructions to clients. And I say this on most of nearly all of their nutritional notes. Get red meat in twice a week. If you can get red meat in for the micronutrients it can give you, plus, obviously your veg and fruit and that, it's just gonna improve a better, healthier body, in my opinion. You don't need to overly do it, but yeah, red meat is a staple, and I think it should be in everyone's staple apart from vegetarians and vegans. Um, in red meat.
Absolutely, I agree. What is your next preferred protein source?
Third, so we'll do three. Protein number three, Eddie Abu, eggs.
Eggs. I eat eggs every day.
Every single day without fail.
I minimum eat 6 eggs a day.
Okay, I'm on four. You beat me on that one. Fair play. How do you like yours? Scrambled, poached, fried?
Poached is my go-to.
Yeah. Oh, mate, you should see. You see my Instagram. How good I am at my poach.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
to. I do get food envy looking at your Instagram.
Yeah, I'm the bollocks now when it comes to poached egg. I don't even time it. I don't even need to put any vinegar on it. I just put boiling water in there and bash, done. You know, people try and swirl it as well.
Hmm. That's what I do, but it comes out fine.
Yeah, I don't even swirl it.
Really, you're that much of a
Just
pro, are you?
straight in the, it's just it's all in the wrist action. Do you know what I mean? The vitamins, the micronutrients eggs gives you is phenomenal, guys. So eggs should be a staple in everyone's diet, in my opinion. Poached, fried, scrambled, whatever you want to do. I mix it up. Mostly it's going to be poached for me, but sometimes I'll have a scrambled, sometimes I'll have a fried if I'm having it in a sandwich. But eggs every single day, great essential amino acid profile, great protein. And you know, the type of protein makes a difference, in my opinion. You know, you can get protein from bagels, you can get protein from sourdough, you can get protein from, you know, rice. Guys, having solid protein sources will give you a better body composition. I promise you that. If you have good, solid protein sources, your body composition will drastically increase, obviously in line with training and stuff like that. But um, I'm not saying you need to only have chicken, red meat, and eggs, but you get that in your diet, you cover a lot of bases. What do you reckon?
Absolutely, I agree.
Mm. What
My next protein source, protein shakes. What do you think?
I would use that as not a last resort. I definitely have I have whey protein. I think it's very easily um what's the word? Accessible. You can add it to many things. I have it every single day. I only add it into clients' meal plans or diet plans or nutritional approach
They're
they
struggling to
if
can.
they're struggling with their protein intake, if they can't get all of it from their whole sources, um, and if it's convenient. So like oats, some I've just done. Lydia's just signed up. I've just got a female called Lydia, and she loves oats in the morning. So, but she's been having oats, but no protein. So she's been having like 6 grams of protein in her breakfast. I was like, right, we want to do that. Let's make it better. Let's put whey protein in there and have the oats like I do. So those scenarios, absolutely, I think they're still great. And yeah.
Well, do you want to know something? Personally, I haven't had protein shakes for maybe 3 years.
Why is it
Uh,
your top source then?
I was playing around. Um,
Oh, what? I just went on tangent there as well.
but for like as you just mentioned, for people who are going from a diet of McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day,
Mm,
and they they're in the mindset of they're struggling to find time to make food or don't know how to make food or don't have the time to eat as much per day to hit their protein goals, it is a good option
mm.
for those people. But personally, unless you fit that category, I don't recommend people to have protein. And very much the same as you, I always try to get people just eating real normal food.
Yeah, for as much as possible. Whey protein of choice is always down to the person. Quality of protein plays a big. The quality of whey protein uh plays a big role. Pure whey isolate is, in my opinion, always going to be one of the best biodegradable one, biodegradable one.
Bioavailable.
Bioavailable. Why I say gradable? Bioavailable, in my opinion. And vanilla always goes with everything. So I always encourage clients to have vanilla pure whey isolate because it's a bit lower in calories and it's smooth and it goes with oats, goes with yogurt, goes with smoothies, goes with everything. Some clients will buy these random flavors, and I'm like, right, try putting that with oats. It's like mint choc chip
Mint chocolate chicken.
oats with
Mint
like and peanut
chocolate
butter. It's like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. But they think of it as everyone thinks of whey protein as you have to have it in a smoothie. No, no, no. Start thinking of whey protein as adding it to foods more than anything.
for sure,
Um,
just to up that protein
yeah,
intake and consumption as well. One more thing before we move on to the next one. So
yeah.
I remember I first started training when I was 17, not that seriously, but I always wanted to be like bigger and stronger. I was really skinny when I was younger, and I used to train with these two older guys who straight after the gym would buy me a protein shake. They'd be like, "You need to have it within the first 15 minutes." What's your opinion on that?
No, I know. We know that's not right. That's not correct. You know, yeah, I used to believe. I actually said this this morning to someone. I can't remember. Yeah, no,
Because
you don't.
I still get people asking me that question now, like, do I need to have it within this time?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it doesn't really matter because your body's still gonna need the protein in the next hour or two or three post training anyway.
Yeah, you are more sensitive to protein uptake 5 hours after your workout. Yes, but if you get the total protein in the day, you're going to be covered. I did it on the presentation. I did a presentation this morning actually about protein, weirdly,
Mhm.
for the Blitz guys. That's where I said it. As long as you get your protein in total day, you're all covered. Yes, you're going to be more sensitive to the protein uptake post training, but don't worry if you don't get it in within half an hour. Do not worry.
Perfect. Because again, if you're in that mindset, it might make people think, "Oh, I haven't had it within the first half hour. And I should like. There's no point in even having it now."
No, 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 that's debunked now. Mm. Next macro source.
Next one,
I'll let
you
you.
choose
All right, okay. Let's go with fats.
fats. Do you know what? It really annoys me how demonized fats have become purely because when we think of the word fat, we think of what is underneath someone's skin and what we see when we visually look at someone else who might be carrying a lot more fat. So when people hear fatty foods, they automatically just assume that with it's going to make them overweight or it's going to make them fat.
Touches
Um,
that tongue and we're instantly fat.
but again, there's three macronutrients that we need, which is obviously protein, carbs, and fats. And fats have so many benefits in regards to energy, cell function, protecting your organs, brain function, cognitive function, producing hormones. Fats even help you absorb other vitamins. There's vitamins that your body can't break down unless you're on a high fat diet, which helps your body to consume it.
Oh,
So
foods as well.
fat isn't the enemy. What types of fats you consume or what types of foods you consume that determines what fat does to you in your body. So I'd say my
One.
favorite,
Your
what's
number
that?
one. Yeah, your number one. Go.
Avocado.
Yes, that's what I had as number one as well. Avocado is
Avocado has to
solid.
be.
Huh?
I said avocado has to be.
Yeah, mate, avocado is so good.
I agree. I agree. I have it. I have it as much as I can in as many meals as I can.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, obviously, I know that similar to you, you like to have eggs, sourdough, and avocado. I'm eating that most days,
Yeah.
and whenever I have that, avocado goes on there as well.
Avocado has been shown to release dopamine as well and like your happy hormones. So
Hmm.
eat an avocado actually. So you know that they say you are what you eat, but you're not exactly that. You are what you absorb. Uh,
Hmm.
and that goes into another kind of conversation of gut health. But avocado is a great source of fats that one can make you feel good as well. So foods generally can make you feel good. Just like, sometimes when you have a McDonald's, you feel like trash. Wonder
Hmm.
why. But avocado's been shown to, release those happy hormones and happy feelings. So that's even another reason to have it, not just on top of all of the nutritional values it gives us.
I
Uh,
never knew that. More avocado for me.
yeah, I'm having a whole avocado after this podcast. I've got
Just
I've got 150 grams of
to try and
sourdough.
make yourself feel better after speaking to me for an hour.
It's good for skin as well. All right, then that was my number one as well. Number two for me, and by the way, guys, this list is not limited to. We just picked three that were always staples. There are more of these that we would eat, but just for the purpose of this podcast. Number two, fatty fish
Fatty
slash
fish.
fatty meats.
Do you know what? I love salmon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Salmon. I could eat. I don't like the like not like salmon fillets, but I love smoked salmon. I could eat that all day, every day.
Me and you have a very similar taste, have very similar taste buds, don't we?
I could eat that on its own, just straight out of the packet.
I'll do that. I'd do that on Christmas Day.
Like,
Christmas
no, I
Day.
don't want roast. Just give me salmon.
Yeah, so salmon it has so many benefits. You get your omegas in, brain function, eye, skin, focus. Protein as well. It's a great protein source, even though we're talking about fat. So it's like a double whammy. Like avocado is not much protein. Fatty fish is good fats and protein. Um, yeah, fatty fish slash fatty meats, like your steaks, all great sources of fats. Can you overdo it on fats? Yeah, of course you can, in moderation still. But
It's going to
fat,
be the same with any macronutrient. In if you overconsume it,
yeah, yeah.
then it's going to outdo the good benefits and turn into a bad one, like for calorie consumption, etc.
And females for hormonal health, especially, get your fats in. It's an incredible hormone regulation. It
Mm-hmm.
helps hormone regulation. Like I think people forget that. If you're getting a good body fat percentage, getting these good fats in is going to help hormones. Everything being in a controlled matter in a controlled manner, and in some sort of distribution. Um, Avocados and fatty fish are an absolute game changer. Right, number three. Go on.
So this one isn't so much of food, but when I've gone through phases where I'm trying to gain, I find that something that really helps me increase my calorie intake and good fat intake is olive oil. So,
Olives as well.
is that on your thing?
Yeah.
Bad, yeah. Olive oil. So I'm not talking about cooking with olive oil, but just drizzling it over the top of my foods. Um, if that one doesn't count because it's not a food, then what's olives exactly?
Um,
I,
Tiamo, see, I got his name right this time. Tiamo would be very happy. He goes on about fucking olives all the time and how good it is for you. There is some more studies now recently to show how good olives are for you in terms of the micronutrient values. Um, Olives I don't actually have that often at home, but every time I'm out for dinner, will always be olives. So I get it like not every single day, but I'll get my fair share.
black or green?
Both, I love a mixture. We went to the Beachy Head pub on Sunday. I had two bowls of olives mixed. I hate the ones with nuts in it though.
Well, with the seeds in it.
With the seeds. Oh mate, and they don't tell you, and then they don't tell you that they've got.
And then you lose a tooth chomping down on it.
Oh mate, and my bonding's cracked before from that. Fucking, mate. Um, but yeah, olives is going to be one of my main fat sources. Um, you got to be careful as well. Like for people that are on fat loss diets, we always find ways of trying to cut calories out. So we do spray light oil, or spray light olive oil. It's obviously not going to have the best. If you're wanting good fats in it, you would need to do it like at a maintenance phase or maybe a bulk phase. So just be mindful of where you have olives and olive oil, because they are really good for us. But if we're looking in terms of fat loss, we have that's something I would pull straight away.
Mhm.
So yeah, olives and olive oil is my third one, mate.
We literally had the same ones on that one.
All three of them. Let's do a bonus one. Bonus fat what? Bonus fat sauce.
Do you know what? I'm going back to eggs, egg yolk.
Yeah, I was gonna say eggs as well because eggs is so good for us. Everyone needs to get eggs in. Yeah, so it's like a double whammy with that. Same
No,
as
no, I say eggs because they're just so quick and easy.
yeah,
Like they're just so quick and easy to make. You can have an egg done in 3 minutes.
yeah.
So people who say that they struggle with time to prepare healthy food, 3 minutes is a lot quicker than waiting for a food delivery to come from Uber Eats.
I know, I know. So people are just lazy, and they
Absolutely.
right.
Next one,
That's fats off. Ticked off the list. Carbohydrates.
carbohydrate.
Carbohydrates. Right, you go first this time.
What's really important to know with carbs for the people who don't know as much is that there's two different types of carbs. So we've got complex carbs and we've got simple carbs. What the difference is that complex carbs take longer to break down by the body, which give you that slow release of energy. So it'll be people who are performing more intense or endurance exercises that will might maybe prioritize carbs a little bit more. And then simple carbs, which are quick releasing, but which obviously cause a faster spike in your blood sugars and insulin levels as well. So complex carbs is the better types of carbs to have. Um, Again, really simple one, rice. I eat rice most days.
Yeah.
Rice most days I have, easy, quick to prep. And again, lots you can do with it, lots of ways you can have it. Um, yeah,
I had rice as my
easy.
one. I go for basmati, tilde basmati, gluten free. Works very well, like digests very well. You know, a lot of female clients, especially, you know, I'm not saying gluten is bad, but some clients react better to gluten-free stuff. So basmati is gluten-free and works and has worked well in many client scenarios. And like Phil said, um, rice goes with so much. I just had rice and chicken with paprika just before this. I am going to have rice with beef mince tonight with vegetables. So rice is just unlimited as well with what you can do with it. Egg,
Hmm.
yeah, egg fried rice. Let's mix things together. Let's get protein, fats, and rice and egg fried rice. Um, so yeah, guys, rice is one of our top three carbohydrate sources. I always find basmati rice gives me an insane pump. I don't know why though yet.
Yeah,
Whenever
I wonder what it's doing differently.
I can really feel the difference when I have, like, if I'm training later on in the day and I have basmati rice pre, I can really feel like my muscles about to burst out my skin. Not like the Incredible Hulk or anything, but I feel it. I'm going to go with the next one, sweet potato.
Sweet potato. I love sweet potato.
Yeah, mate, sweet potato has got to be one of my favorite carb sources ever. Um, it offers you so many nutritional values, good nutritional values or contributions. And the reason why I always love sweet potato, let's say, for example, today or yesterday, I didn't have any veg. Potato is a veg, and I did have veg. But if I can't get in like my mixed frozen veg in a dish, or I can't get some asparagus or whatever it may be, I'll have a 400 grams of sweet potato in a meal. That covers me just for the day, because potato is a vegetable. Um, and it goes with fucking everything as well. Beef,
Those
chicken.
of absolutely everything.
It doesn't have to be sweet potato, it could be white potato, baked potatoes. How do you do your potatoes? I do that. I've already done an Instagram of this, a
Do
video.
you want to know something? I don't eat potatoes that much.
Mm.
However, I don't just like boiled potatoes. If I'm gonna have like white potato, I'll have it mashed.
Yeah, nice.
So like a mashed potato. If a sweet potato, just be you're probably gonna hate me for this, but I'll put it in the microwave just to get a little bit soft. Then in the oven to make it crispy. Done.
That's what Naomi does. This is what I do, guys. So take note, listen to what I'm about to say. If you're really lazy like me in the kitchen and you want to have a sweet potato ready in quick time, literally just give it a wash, poke loads of holes in it, put it in the microwave for 10 minutes. It will go soft, ready to eat.
Done.
Easy.
Easy.
That's all you need to do. So everyone goes, "Oh, I can't be asked to put it in the oven for 45 minutes." Don't put it in the microwave. I am one of the most laziest people when it comes to the kitchen. I want to be in and out with good food, tasty food, done. Sweet potato in the microwave, 10 minutes, maybe less or more, depending on the size of it. And then open it up, tiny bit of butter, get your protein on the side. Bosh.
Done.
You heard it here first. I have done a video on this, but I'm not sure it gets lost on my Instagram. I might put it on YouTube. So potatoes, guys, if you're having potato every day and you're forgetting about vegetables, potato is a vegetable. So, cover your nutrient needs through potatoes, bit of spinach on the side. Obviously, don't just have potato. A good selection of different vegetables is always good to have in the diet. But
Mhm.
yeah, sweet potato is my absolute go-to for carbohydrates. Right, next carb source and the last one.
Next, a lot of people struggle with consuming it. So what you mentioned about rice earlier, if you are someone who struggles to consume pasta, there's always like gluten-free options as well, which is why most people can't really have it. I think what's important to know when having pasta is knowing like a good amount to eat, because when you're hungry, you just want to fill up your plate. And what pasta does is it can swell up to 3 times more in the stomach. And that's why most people that eat pasta end up really bloated, because they eat way too much of it. Um, but again, with pasta, so many different things you can make with it, so many different recipes and flavors. And again, really easy to make as well. That's why it's one of my main go-tos as well. I know this isn't. We're not saying a first. Actually, no. I'll wait. I'll wait for you to say something before I go into the next one.
I was going to say pasta. Yeah, absolutely. I think.
You're Italian. Of course, you like pasta.
Yeah, but I found a lot with clients, pasta just, puts on, they just get puffy and
Mhm.
sits in the stomach too much, especially for sedentary clients. So I stay clear of pasta for most of my clients unless I've got like four guys that are on like north of 4,000 calories at the moment. And pasta becomes really good to have in those scenarios, including myself. I'm on 3,800 now. I've started to include pasta. We had meatballs and pasta with some vegetables, and I got, 800 calories in a plate that isn't really that big, and I was able to just demolish it with some sauce.
Yeah.
So pasta, I would only encourage every now and then if you're like in a lower kind of calories. More often if you're got really high calories. If you're Italian, it's always fucking pasta. I go to Italy and it's everything is just pasta, just pasta, just pasta. It's actually quite annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, pasta is a good source, and I tend to not really sway that way. That's a bias of mine as a coach. Because I just don't see it respond too well for clients that, desk jobs got on 2,000 calories, for example.
Hmm.
Mm.
No, I agree. Did you do your third one?
Oh yeah, third one is going to be my oats, mate. Oats,
Oh,
high
I love
fiber,
oats.
high fiber, goes with anything. It's unlimited, like oats with almond milk and whey protein. You can put whatever you want on there. Different types of fruits, different types of seasoning. You can put flaxseed on there, chia seeds, any fruit that you want. You can put dark chocolate on there. You can put peanut butter. I'm going off tangent here, but oats is one of my top three carb sources because it's just easy to have, can be filling, high in fiber, can have whatever you want with it. You can have it in the smoothies as well. Um,
That's what I was going to say. Is just again, it's really versatile. You can have it in a protein shake. You can have it on your yogurt. You can have it as a bowl itself with adding things into it. So there's so many different ways that you can have.
yeah, oats for sure has got to be on the top. And again, guys, this is not limited to these just three sources, but these are mine and Phil's like probably absolute go-tos. Obviously, olives you have every now and then, but sweet potato, oats, and rice for me. I don't really sway between that. Like my main meals, I'm literally made of those. Obviously
Mhm.
there's sourdough that works really well, bagels and stuff, but I've only started using bagels now more than my calories at like 3,800. So because they're easy to eat, and I don't get very full from it. But 80% of my food sources are like, sweet potato, rice, oats, to be honest.
And what's important not to forget when you're thinking about what carbs to have, don't forget fruits as well.
Yes, fruit and veg.
Fruits are carbs and veg as well. So yeah, fruits are mainly carbs. In some fruits might have more fat or more sugar or
Mhm.
more more like some fruits even have, well, veg mainly has, some might have protein, some might not, but good source of carbs as well. And obviously, without going too deeply into it, for micronutrients, you want fruit in your diet as well.
Absolutely. It's actually, it reminded me of a video that I saw when you said about protein with veg. I think there was this guy saying, get your protein in with with broccoli. And some guy did like an overlay of the video going, you think you just want to eat broccoli for protein? And then he put out like 12 plates of broccoli saying, this is how much broccoli you'd need to eat for this slice of chicken.
That's it.
Oh. But yeah, guys, that was our protein, carbs, and fats sources. Anything you want to add to that, Phil?
Nothing I'd really want to add, more just like a question, yeah? So, would you say from working with clients that depending on a client's goals will determine what sort of percentage of each they're having, or should that be a conversation for another time?
No, protein is pretty standard. Protein I would always keep at a 1 gram per pound, really. Um, and then the carbs and fats is depending on what I always look at. Are they sedentary? Are they laborers? Are they
Mhm.
nurses? Are they shop? I always look at their lifestyle. I always look at their likes and dislikes. And I'd say, look, do you prefer more fats? Perfect. We'll just increase more your fats and decrease the carbs. I find females work better with higher fats when they're at a certain condition. Um, yeah, it's very it depends. I hate, whenever I used to learn of people, they would always say it depends, and it would really annoy me. But I'm also going to say it depends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, it depends to the response to like what percentage of each you're giving them as well.
Yeah, I think for performance based, you want to have this minimal carbohydrate intake, I think,
Mhm.
and say, look, I have one client who had, 250, 280 grams of carbs and like 150 grams of fats. And I was like, the carbs are good. Like we're topped up on carbs. Like we're going to be good for performance right now.
Mhm.
Obviously, the more fats that you increase, the longer it takes to digest. So you actually might feel a bit fuller. So there's a lot of different caveats to it. I love a high fat diet. I'm on 120 grams of fats.
Mhm.
Love fats. Coach says absolutely. He only has like 50 grams and like 600 grams of carbs. I have 500 grams of carbs at the moment with 120 grams of fats. Um, and that's purely because that's my life. That's my enjoyment. I love salmon, eggs. I love dark chocolate. I love peanut butter. I love avocados. So there's a lot of its preference. Um, I think people also run better, like marathon runners run better on high fat diets.
And high carb diets as well. But for sure, that endurance, as you, yeah,
I would say carbs are still good for sure, but I'd say for shorter sprints would be more carb.
mhm. And for that slow release of energy, for sure,
Mm.
marathon runners are going to need those fats as opposed to those quick acting sugars.
For sure. And I had marathon runners that we did like a carb load as well for like the week, and absolutely smashed their marathon run.
They have what's called pasta parties.
Pasta parties.
So a few days before, marathon runners will go to pasta parties where all they're doing is stuffing it.
Pasta parties. That sounds like the film Sausage Party. I actually watched that the other day. It's really
Pasta party. I don't want to know what that's about. Don't know what you've
Oh,
been
it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. It's not that. That sounded so wrong. That sounded so
watching.
Guys, sausage. I'm sure it was called Sausage Party, and it was about like foods in the
You
kitchen.
may
And
have young viewers watching.
no, I'm going on my phone now just to
Local
double.
guidance advisory.
Oh, sorry, it was porno. I'm only joking, obviously. Sausage Party. It is a film. Thank you, guys. For anyone that's here, I'm going to put that on the screen. Sausage Party. Um, but yeah.
Oh my
Made me
god.
laugh just there, mate. I think that is a good wrap up, to be honest. I think that we've gone through our main protein, carbs, and fat sources, get a good distribution of both. As Phil said, is there particular kind of distribution? Not really, in my opinion. Like it's preference. I think protein stays the same. 1 gram per pound of body weight covers you, and then taper that up as needed or taper it down as needed to accommodate. Carbs, you want to have a decent amount of carbs if you're training. Fats for hormonal health, especially females. Anything you want to put on top of that, Phil?
I agree with everything that you've just said. I feel like, yeah, keep it simple. You're giving some value. Guys, really try to take your nutrition to your next level by just eating better if you're not already. And here's a few examples that we've given you of what we have. Take it and run with it.
Yes, mate. And our next podcast for guys who have listened this far or watched.
You haven't even told me who the guest speaker is yet. I'm excited. Am I not allowed to know yet? Or
Or do you want to know? Well, I was just about to. I was literally just about to say. Or we'll know. We'll tell you. Oh, do you want to know? Oh, am I?
tell me.
It is Joe Badham, the pro Olympic bodybuilder.
Do you know what? I've never met him. Is he local?
Yep.
Ad, I've seen like him advertising stuff, but
Yeah. So he's a pro. For anyone who doesn't know him, I've got his account up. He's a world champion in England in 2023 from England. He was the British champion in 2022 for men's physique over 40s, and a PMBA pro natural men's physique competitor. So he's got his pro status. So a lot of people who may listen to this may not even know what the hell that is. He's a very advanced bodybuilder and has achieved stuff that a lot of people would only dream of in terms of bodybuilding. And he went to Las Vegas to compete in the natural men's physique Olympia over 40s.
Amazing.
He'll correct me if I've incorrectly put that to if I've incorrectly quoted that, but we'll ask him more. And yeah, I wanted him on to discuss about him, his journey, and it's going to be an absolutely awesome conversation, I think, mate. He's,
Yeah,
he's
no, I'm excited.
he's also a therapist, so even better.
I could probably do with some of his services. No, I'm joking.
Nice. Uh, Thank you for listening once again to the Coach Approach podcast, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you guys.